What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome back to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is just too afraid to talk about. As always, I am joined by my best pal, Mr. Shaun Mead. Shaun, how's it going?
I'm good, Connor. Would you like to know a secret?
Yes, I suppose so, yes.
Do you want to know how I check my microphone before I get on the Google Meet? So,
yes, I suppose. Once again, the answer is yes, but not really, but yes.
All right, fair. But anyway, when we started this show, we used to just do the mic test by saying the intro. It's like, what is going on, everybody? And like, that's fine. Then I realised, weird news, I don't usually stay that far away or at that volume from the microphone. So now I go, what is going on, everybody? No, but wait, what? Huh? And then that's the mic check for weird news, because that's the kind of sounds that I make when you fire these stories at me.
I didn't actually know that.
No, I do it before I get on the Google Meet, because it's fucking psychotic.
Because it's embarrassing otherwise.
It's hilarious. Why would I record that?
I think it would be good if I got to join the Google Meet just as you were doing that. I'd be like, he's lost his fucking mind.
You just join and I'm screaming.
Just screaming. Just like, what happened?
Oh, the terrors, they got me again, I'm sorry.
The night terrors. Shaun, this is weird news. What do we do here?
You have spent the week gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read them all out to me, a man who has been too busy enduring the terrors to look at any weird news.
I'm in terror in the day, and then the night comes, and then the terrors begin again.
Then the terrors are inside me.
So look, I think it's going to be a strong week in terms of weird news.
Good.
Now,
that
what
intro
I will say,
fucked up, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. If this is your first episode, don't ever give us a like. But if it is your second or more, please give us a like, a review, whatever podcast platform you're listening to this on. We're doing another push, 100 5-star reviews on Spotify before Christmas. That's what we're looking for.
That's my dream Christmas present.
Yeah. Yeah. And for the night terrors to stop, or just the 5 stars?
I've become accustomed to them, to be honest. It wouldn't be a night's sleep without them, Connor.
They're like Marley and Marley from the Christmas Carol.
Exactly. What if I lose the night terrors and I lose my sparkle, you know?
But yeah, we are going for that. So if you are on Spotify, if you're listening to this, please click that rating button. It's the little star button. That would really help us out. But Shaun, we're going to get into weird news this week because we get to start in Ireland, and I love when we get to start in Ireland in terms of weird news, because not a lot of people know this. Shaun, last week we recorded weird news on, and I think it was, correct me, a Wednesday.
That is generally when the show comes out and when we always record it, Connor. Wink.
Yeah. But, for example, what about if a news piece dropped on Thursday regarding a beach of some sort and that we never got to discuss?
I have never, we used to do a movie show weekly, and we put out the show, and then they dropped the Endgame trailer on the Tuesday.
It's the same as that.
It's just, I have not felt as visceral a sense of fuck's sake since that day.
My headline this week, Shaun, is all the way from a beach in Dublin, in which hole dug by 2 lads on beach mistaken for meteor crater on the news.
Outstanding. So this all came out as well, after there was that weird paper mache alien that they unveiled in Mexico or wherever it was.
Yeah. So a hole dug by 2 lads on a beach in Dublin was mistaken as a meteor crater on the actual Irish news last week. And by that I mean, one of our news stations sent a reporter down. There was a full-on
we can say it's Virgin Media Ireland. We're
Virgin Media, yeah. But that's what it's called. But yeah. So they had in the studio. The anchor fucking introduced it.
Yeah, threw it to the VT.
There's a meteor crater after landing in Dublin. We've talked to experts, and we are guaranteeing you that aliens are here.
Now, if I may say, they talk to... you say expert. I would
Now,
say
look, that's
UFO
as much as we knew at that time.
enthusiast, I believe, is the term.
But when the 9 o'clock news tells you, Sean, I mean, why would they lie about a crater on the beach? What is to gain from that?
What? Yeah, like there's enough. We're connected enough. There's enough going on in the world, and even in Ireland at the minute, that a big hole on the beach warrants maybe a second investigation before you put it in the headlines.
But basically, they sent one tweet to one lad who likes UFOs, and then he was deemed the expert. And then a literal, like, proper news station who they were like, oh, there was a murder in court today, and he was being, and then the follow-up story was, there's fucking aliens on the beach, lads. We've talked to them, and that's fucking true. I'm telling you now, we're all going to die.
And what's beautiful about it is, like, this story was put on the news first, and then the reveal, I think there was a video taken on Instagram or something of the lads digging the hole. And in the, like, you can feel this other UFO enthusiast dream shatter, like, as this video was getting traction.
The hole in question, which was found on Portmarnock Beach in Dublin,
Lovely
was believed
beach.
to look out of this world because it was so big. And they stopped, the news stopped, and this is where it gets good, local astrophysics enthusiast Dave Kennedy. Now, what's an important word missing there? Local astrophysicist Dave Kennedy. No. Local astrophysics enthusiast Dave Kennedy turned up.
He's no professional. Like, he hasn't studied and gone on courses for this kind of thing.
Astrophysics for dummies. He has a home, and he's a big enthusiast about the book itself.
I've watched some YouTube videos about astrophysics. That's like, and I'd wager, honestly, me and Dave could have a solid conversation.
I think you and Dave would be friends.
Yes. Really? I think we would.
And you know what? I actually don't even think this is on him. That, like, he's just a lad that, like, he loves astrophysics, and the news are like, there's a big fucking hole in that beach. What do you think it could be? And he's like, I don't know, probably aliens. And they're like, well, we better run with it.
When you're an alien enthusiast, every hammer looks like a nail. Like, every hole looks like an alien. Not that. Sorry, that's a weird. Sean, cut that out. It's fine.
Future Sean. Cut that out. Virgin Media News reported on the discovery yesterday, this is from the last week, and interviewed Dave, who believed it came from above. Now, look.
Right, Dave, keep going.
Many passers-by also allegedly believed that they had witnessed the aftermath of a cosmic event. Speaking about the mysterious hole, Dave told the news, as you can tell by the big hole here, there's a scorch mark on the side. Oh my God.
Some lad was putting a fag out on the side. Like,
absolutely true, a cigarette was put out.
Yeah, cigarette, thank you.
Covered you. So that would have been it's weird across the water, you know what I mean?
It doesn't translate. And
doesn't translate. So that would have been, we could get put on some lists. So that would have been at the angle that it came down, and it is weighty. I'm not sure if it's composition, but we're definitely going to have to find out what exactly caused this hole.
So his thing is that something landed and made this big hole. His thing
is a meteor hit Earth and hit this beach.
Where's the meteor then, Dave?
It's in the hole, Sean. It's just this.
Clearly it's not, or they would have looked at it like.
The news outlet did note that while there had been no confirmation that the hole was the site of a meteor strike, Dave had, the most Irish term, he'd spent the day there.
He'd spent the day looking at it.
And he had also spent the day reaching out to other astronomy experts to see if they could help him solve the mystery of the crater on the beach. So their news story is they found this lad Dave who nobody would pick up the phone to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he was jumping at the chance to talk about this stuff. Like, can you imagine how good it would feel, by the way, to be the lads who dug the hole? And
at this point, You're like the lads who made the crop circles. Like, when do you reveal the big magic trick?
When do you reveal it? But also, no, see, I think with the crop circles, there was an element of like, they were trying to fool people. But these lads just wanted, like, dudes rock. Like, they just wanted to dig a big hole. And it was so big that it ended up on the news, and people were like, it could only be from another world.
There's a moment where they're at home with their families and they're just looking at the news and they're just like, that's the big hole we dug like 2 hours ago.
And the video is hilarious because, like, they're using children's buckets and spades to dig this hole as well.
They're just two lads digging a big hole. Have you ever not tried to dig a big hole? You're going to make a biggest hole.
Connor, if we ever went to the beach, we would dig the biggest hole ever. And we do a podcast inside of it.
Lads are simple, you know what I mean? Just dig a big hole, you'll be grand.
Oh, manual labour, class, give it to me.
And, so now look, taking to the morning after is when the big story began unravelling, and Dave's dreams maybe blew up. And because taking to social media the day after, one former Twitter user shared a clip of how the mysterious hole came about in the first place. They began their tweet, and you're going to translate this bit. Lads, I'm in bits.
Folks, I cannot stop laughing.
Thank you. Virgin Media News is after reporting on a hole on Portmarnock Beach that could be the aftermath of a cosmic event. The person went on to reveal that the whole thing came about through some heavy grafting from a couple of lads rather than any out-of-this-world phenomena. Some fellas literally dug it the day before with a kid shovel, said the user. The way your man was talking about the rock being an asteroid had me in bits.
Like, it's again a testament to the quality of the whole. Those two lads, I haven't seen interviews or anything of them, but I guarantee they're great crack on a night out. The two of them.
Like, there's a point where they're like, do we tell them?
Yeah. Well, like, it's not like it got out anyway. But like, I think if that was me, I would just coast, and I would just be like, nah, I'm going to leave this where it is. Like, whatever comes of this story comes of this story.
I think you allow Dave to believe for as long as he wants.
Yeah. He's the Mulder or Scully. I've not watched X-Files. Whoever believes.
I think Mulder?
Mulder? The boy believes?
The boy files?
The boy files, that's what it's called.
So, like, this story, by the way, rocked all of Ireland. We were like, we are the centre of a cosmic event. This has never happened. Nothing ever happens here.
That's the thing. And what, like, if aliens did land, imagine if it was Ireland first. And suddenly, we're the most important little island in the whole world, apart from our tax haven status. The idea that aliens' first exposure to humans is Irish people is wild.
There's no way they'd get us. There's absolutely no way.
No, like, the world doesn't get us. We're fucking odd.
Sure, look at your man. Sure, look at him.
And where are you from now? Would it be warm there now? What would the temperature be back home?
A great phrase that is a proper Irish mammy phrase that I heard recently that I hadn't heard before. But I was at like there was a going away party, and there was like sugar jelly worms, you know, like those jelly
gummy worms, but like covered in sugar.
Yeah, gummy worms, but there's sugar around them. Yeah. And one of the women, she's about in her 50s, she picks up the worm. And she looks at her friend and she goes, now what is this now when it's at home? And
what's this when it's at home is fucking amazing.
Which in an Irish way is just, what the fuck is this? What does it taste like to her friend?
Yeah, it's the suffix when it's at home. Like, could be, because it also, like, if you didn't know someone, who's he when he's at home?
Yeah, who's he when he's at home? Is it like, who's he in his deep personal soul?
Yeah, like, it's beautiful because we like cut through all the bullshit and all of what he presents. Who is he really? What is he to me?
Because then you have to follow it up. Well, you know John down the road, his son's nephew, that's
killed
his sister. Yeah.
And he's the brother of the man who was killed.
twice removed, cousins.
Yeah. You know him, he drinks Heineken down the local.
That phrase alone made me burst out laughing. I just imagine her talking to the... And who are you now when you're at home, is it? And now who's yourself? All right. Is that good?
Like, it's... And is there a Mrs. T? Because E.T., you know.
Oh, good.
I had to explain it. I lost faith in that.
He's going to be picking up these days with the anxieties going through the fucking roof, lad.
So many T's going on.
A few WhatsApps there that wouldn't go astray, I'd say. That's probably the best way of communication.
I'd say so. You can video call on the phones now. Did you hear that?
There was a lad in my trade a few weeks ago. Video calling, right? The wife.
Grand.
Volume full up.
No headphones.
No headphone, nothing.
Jeez, and was it a personal conversation, or was it?
Oh, proper personal. I'll tell you something now. Her car broke down, and she was standing at Aldi, standing in the middle of the town, right? And he was on the train coming out of Dublin, and he was like, I can't be there for another, half an hour.
She's fucking no help where he is. Yeah. So why are you bothering?
And she said the baby's in the back crying. I don't know what to do. She's having a full mental breakdown, this woman.
Get a taxi home. I'll get the car later.
But she's having a full breakdown. No headphones.
That's wild. That's his fault as well, because he really should have fucking...
It's fully on him. Like, if you're going to have the conversation... But they were, fully fighting. And it's one of those weird things where you're like, what do you do?
I would love to just, take the phone off your man and just talk her through it. Take charge of the situation.
And he absolutely just decks you.
Just in the middle of the train carriage, just floors me.
And then, so he had this full 10-minute conversation. I remember this is at 6 o'clock. Train is full to the brim, rush hour, right? And so everyone's trying to get home. He hangs up and he just starts sighing. And but everyone's been part of the story so far. And so he's just
I would have said something to him. Genuinely, I would have been like, yeah, alright.
But it's one of those where I was just put your headphones in, just stick them in,
or take the call as a call. There's no need to be a video call in that scenario.
You take the normal call. If you're listening full volume on any sort of public transport, you need to be arrested.
Yeah, if your headphones are too loud as well on public transport, fuck you.
That's proper old man stuff.
Look, I have the soul of an old man inside me.
There was actually... I have another story. There was a woman on the train behind me, last week, that was listening to Dua Lipa's song from Barbie.
Yeah.
Right?
Great song.
She got on. Great song. She was listening to it when she came in. I was like, oh, that's a pretty good tune. It's on repeat.
The whole way?
The whole way. Same song. 3 minutes.
That's a long journey. What the fuck?
It's almost too long, really, to listen to the same song.
That's... I'll repeat a song maybe 2 or 3 times if I like it a lot, but not indefinitely.
It ended, and then the next song started. I was like, "Jeez, this sounds very similar to Dua." And then it got into it. I was like,
God, that song's a lot longer than I remember it being.
And then it played again and it ended. I was like, she's not going for the triple. She's not going for the hat-trick, is she?
In this.
And of course, fucking Miss Lipa pops up again. I'm like, alright, calm down here. What's
more
going
like Tria Lipa. How about that? What? I was on a bus a while ago and a lad started clipping his fingernails.
Fuck off.
On the bus. And then, I swear to God, moved on to the toenails after. And he had a paper unfolded on, because it was there's 2 seats on the bus and he had both of them. He had the paper unfolded on the other seat, clipping them onto that.
Fuck off.
And I'm like, this is fucking foul.
That's mad.
I am going to get sick.
You're going toes out on a bus.
Toes out on a bus is a rough look.
Risky business on a Dublin bus.
Oh, God. It was a bus airing, actually.
Oh, that's even worse.
I know.
That's the Wild Wild West.
Anything could happen on it. I was on a bus airing bus one day. I was sitting in the 5 seats at the back, and our lad gets on with a gym bag, a gear bag, and gets to the opposite sides of the 5 seats at the back, and he just hands me a bottle of cider. This happened on your way down to me. Yes, I told you about this. Yeah.
I remember you telling me this story.
And it was open already.
It was 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we used to record really early.
Because I remember you turned up at my house at like 10:30 and you were like,
piss drunk.
Some lad offered me a can on the bus.
I think you said, did you take it?
Yeah, well, obviously. That's the logical next question.
I was like, no.
I took the heroin he was offering, but no, I said no to the drink. I said no, don't need that.
No, I couldn't possibly. I'm trying to be good.
I couldn't possibly. I'm on too many drugs. But
who are you
Shaun,
when you're at home?
Who are you? You can all take that phrase. Who are you when you're at home?
Very good. Also, again, if you're abroad with an Irish person, call them a gowl. They won't expect it. I need someone to do it.
Keep using the word wake. I was very proud of some of our patrons. They changed their name
that was nice.
To include the word wake. If you weren't here, wake means weak, but it's an Irish way of saying wake.
And it just conveys so much more by saying it as wake.
Like if I said, Shaun, you're fucking wake, it's much stronger than Shaun, you're weak.
That's it. But even like say you're getting a coffee. God, that's very wake, isn't it?
That's very wake coffee now. That's very wake.
Weak sounds like you're being critical. Wake sounds like maybe it's no one's fault, you know?
It's nobody's fault, but I'm not happy with the service.
I'm not thrilled, I'll be honest.
So we're going to have to move on from our alien beach story, but Ireland was, a buzz.
Okay, one question before we go off this story. Say an alien lands in Ireland, in your back garden, says, take me to your leader. Who are you bringing him to?
Oh. Who's the nicest? Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell, obviously, right?
Yeah. I'm taking him to the nicest Irishman I know.
I'll take Cillian Murphy if Colin happens to be out of the country.
Cillian. I take Fassbender as well, just in terms of just... No, actually, we're being facetious here. We're taking him to Michael D. Higgins, the president of Ireland.
Actually, our actual leader.
Our actual greatest person is actually our president, so
our president
we could take
is the
him to
best
him.
representation of Ireland there's ever been, to be fair.
Is it the nicest phrase I can give him? He's fucking sound, lads. He's sound.
He's lovely. He's just a nice fucking human.
And also he's the smartest person I think in the country, so we could send the alien to him.
He's an actual learned man and knows about so much. He knows about the arts, he knows about economics. Oh my god, hates Elon Musk, that's another thing.
If you don't know what he looks like, geez, you're going to get a fucking shock when you Google him.
Okay, look, forget all preconceived notions of what you have of Irish people. Go back to pure stereotype. Change the red hair to white. That's what you have.
Think of a potato.
Yeah.
Right? Shaped like a man. He's a potato shaped like a man, but the potato's full of braids. And also he's 4'11" or whatever he is. And
he has the soul of a giant though. Oh, I love him so much.
I take him the Michael D. Higgins and Colin Farrell double threat, and then we'd be grand. The aliens would leave us alone.
Yeah. Or they'll stay forever and they'll be our best friends.
They actually probably wouldn't want to destroy us. So there'd be no need.
Not at all. Don't go to Dublin though. Be fine.
Don't go to Dublin. We'll get Michael D out of there when we bring them in.
We'll ship him down to Cork. He'd do well there.
We'll bring him to them. That's smart.
Yeah. Stay here. I'll get him.
Yes, stay here. Shaun, we're going to move on to our next piece of news. And the US military are asking the public for help this week because it's a pretty big deal.
It's a tough look.
Look, you know how it is when sometimes you misplace something and you don't know where it is and you have an upsy daisy and you're just like, where did I leave the car keys? They were on that table. I'm pretty positive they were, but then they're not there and you're just like, maybe I'll ask somebody else who lives in this home, have they seen them? Well, the US military has lost an $80 million stealth fighter jet.
F-95, I believe it was it?
An F-95. Sorry, F-35 aircraft.
35, excuse me.
The US military is asking the public to help find its missing $80 million stealth fighter after the pilot ejects mid-flight so they can't find the jet.
It's a testament to how stealthy it is. That even when there's no pilot, it can't be found.
Can I say something embarrassing?
Go for it.
When they say stealth fighter, Am I the only one that imagines the Justice League jet that goes completely invisible?
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Okay,
Connor.
good.
I hope you know that.
Because when they say stealth, in my head I'm like, oh, well, it goes invisible, obviously.
Obviously, they've got some kind of retro-reflective panel.
Like the end of Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, like that kind of shit. That honestly, if it's not that, what the fuck are we doing?
If it's just a black jet, I'm not that impressed.
Let me have a look at this F-35, see what we're... So, okay, first of all, you've misunderstood the colour of the sky. Because this plane is black. And the sky...
I would put if I was to do a stealth plane jet, I would probably make it blue or maybe slightly dark white to blend with clouds.
Exactly, which I think would be more effective. I would paint clouds underneath it, so it looks like clouds that are moving.
But I would paint Andy's wallpaper in Toy Story on the jet.
I think that would be more useful than a pure black. Granted, you might fly at night. That's probably when most jet attacks happen. I'm no military genius.
But sure, there's clouds at night, lad.
There are clouds at night.
There are
Do you
clouds
fly
at night.
in the clouds if you're in a fighter jet? I don't know.
Look, once again, I feel like we are so dumb that we have no concept of what they do, but it does go invisible like the Justice League jet, and if it doesn't, I'm going to send it back.
What? Like, this rate, like, I don't think there's a solution. Like, okay, this is why I check my microphone that weird way, is there needs to be some element of the US defense system, which is just like, okay, it's not findable. Because you can't just, like, there's no fixing that. You can't just put a tracker in the untrackable plane. It defeats the purpose.
Yeah, if they put the tracker in, then it's not stealth anymore. People will just find it.
They'll hack it and they'll be like, did you see that dude who, like, he just found all of Elon Musk's flight plans and just made them publicly available?
They're blackmailing them, yeah, perfect.
Yeah. That kind of shit you can't do with a fighter jet.
On Sunday, Joint Base Charleston Air Base in South Carolina noted in multiple social media posts, seemed a bit desperate, that it was assisting the Marine Corps Air Station in searching for a missing F-35B Lightning, Lightning number 2, after it was involved, in their own words, a mishap. $80 million gone missing is a mishap.
That's insane.
If I lost €50, I'd be fuming.
Connor, I would be ruined if that happened to me.
If I lost €50 and I said to you, I've had a mishap, you would say, that's more than a mishap, lad. You've had a nightmare.
Yeah, that is the worst thing I could possibly imagine. And that includes the terrors.
That includes a €100. 50 is more sustainable.
Yeah, 100 at least. It's like, okay, it's one big note, maybe I lost it.
Yeah. The pilot ejected safely and was transferred to a local medical centre. I hate when they say that. Just say hospital. In stable condition. The base shared on Facebook. Emergency response teams are still trying to locate the F-35. The public is asked to cooperate with military and civilian authorities as the effort continues.
Why is this on social media, first of all?
How desperate do you have to be before you go to Facebook?
Yeah, how long did they look before they were like, let's just fucking see if anyone heard of it? Like, do you think, okay, say you're American, right? Imagine that for a minute. Do you think Vladimir Putin is advertising, hey, we lost the jet?
It's poor PR, I will give you that.
It is poor PR. It also enforces the fact that if those pilots eject in enemy territory, fucking no one's going to know where they are.
You're taking those jets as well.
Yeah. Like, it just belongs to you. If that lands in my house, does that belong to me?
I'm assuming it would destroy your house if it landed in your house.
No, okay, say it lands in my back garden and I have some acreage where it doesn't affect any of the property.
Like, it hits the ground, but it's fine, and it still works perfectly after landing with no pilot.
Yeah, it like Patrick Wilson in Moonfall kind of lands, where it just somehow works out perfectly.
It just lands perfectly horizontal and just slides.
Yeah, And like, okay, maybe there's a bit of dirt on the wings. I can deal with that.
Yeah. But it still works perfect.
Still works perfectly. Can I hold that to ransom?
See, no, you don't really want to reveal the location, because once you do, they will probably just like take your legs so to get it back. So you know too much, kind of thing.
But they ask, okay, yeah, but like if they're asking for help, right? And if they're like, please,
you fly it back to them, just land it outside.
Do I get 15 minutes unsupervised in the jet? Is what I'm saying. No, like
you take out the keys, just throw it to them. That's yours, boys.
In terms of the law, right? If they're asking for help and participation and cooperation from the general public, that implies that the help and participation and cooperation isn't already expected, meaning that it would be my choice as to whether I give it back or not. Your Honour.
Can I ask you a follow-up question?
You can, of course.
Do you have the jet?
It landed on Portmarnock Beach, actually, and then swiftly
Dave
moved away.
Has it. Dave is flying around Ireland right now. It's our one jet.
Dave is right doing crop circles in the sky, so he is.
They also said to the Washington Post that the aircraft's transponder was not functional for some reason that we haven't yet determined. I feel like that's a great excuse for basically everything that ever goes wrong ever.
We don't know, honestly.
For some reason that we haven't yet determined, I shit in the soup.
Cheers. Couldn't tell you. No sense.
I don't know. I think I want to nail down. I love the idea of like Putin would never say that he's lost it. I think they really should have come out and were like, we know where it is.
Yeah.
It's a game for you to find it, and the first person to get it wins a prize. But like, it goes to a different school, but it's not this school. But like, it has no Facebook.
She doesn't like photos. Like, yeah.
But we definitely know where it is.
This is a bit of a Hail Mary, okay? But what if you leak a press report? Oh, the US just invented jet cloning. And then you're like, and then on local news, you're like, hey, listen, there's another jet rolling. We have the other one. Yeah. But we just need this second one.
The second one that looks almost identical to the first one.
There'll be no seat in it. That's the only difference.
Because we built it without a seat the second time to replicate the first one.
That's the thing. Because actually, we bought too many seats, and that's why we invented the jet cloning program.
We invented the jet with no seat.
Yeah. That's
it's cutting edge technology. You probably wouldn't understand it.
You wouldn't get it. It's kind of technical, honestly.
It's a technical term. The air passes over the jet. It goes faster with no seat. We don't figure it out. Look, that's just the way it is.
Do you understand how planes fly, by the way?
That's a big question.
Do you like? Because here's the thing. I know, but I don't. No.
I know that they glide a lot of the time.
Yeah. Like, if the engine's cut out mid-flight, you're just going to glide for a while.
I have a fact. Here's my one fact.
Go for
you
it.
can glide in a plane for up to 300 kilometres.
Jesus. That's pretty good.
So they said, this is what they tell people who are afraid of flying, because they're like, oh, the engine's going to cut out. The engine, normally, when you're flying, isn't even on if you're on a short flight. So they start the engine to get you up into the air.
Fair.
And then once the seatbelt light goes off, they normally cut the engine and you just kind of glide to where you're going. And then they turn the engine back on to like put down the wheels and get the brakes ready for landing.
That's really... I didn't know that. I did hear someone say that being in a plane is like being in like a big block of jelly. And where, like, if turbulence is happening, you're getting pushed one way. But the air pressure means that you're not actually really moving at all. A
better way of looking at it, you make a paper boat and put it in the water. The waves will catch it, but the boat is completely unaffected. It will keep going.
That is true. Huh. See? There's no reason to be afraid, folks.
Turbulence is annoying, but it's not dangerous, is what I've read.
It just upsets your sleep as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to get on
but I know these random facts about planes, but they probably aren't true. But
Are you a good
I read
flyer?
them once. What?
Are you a good at
I am a good flyer. Yes, I don't. I'll just go to sleep immediately.
I can't sleep on a plane. I'm like tense on the way up and the way down. In the air, I'm grand.
But you were tense also in the airport and at home and on the car ride.
That's for different reasons. That's for much different reasons.
That's for the terrorists.
we were talking because we're flying to Japan in November or so, and Orla was like, "Yeah, I'm just nervous about getting from like Ireland to England to the airport," and I was like, "I'm nervous for the whole thing."
I just assume it won't work. That'll be the day the plane
we're going home, honestly.
We'll turn up and they'll be like, look lads, planes have stopped working. The technology no longer works.
Yeah, just say, you fucked it, Shaun, actually. It's your fault in particular.
Shaun, it's your fault, and we all know it's your fault.
And they say it in like English, and then they say it in Japanese, and then everyone turns to me.
Everyone turns. And they give your exact coordinates on a map.
Yeah. And they're like, he has the fighter jet as well. I wouldn't get on his bad side.
Also, they were asking the public to find the jet, and then they said the aircraft is stealth, so it has different coatings and different designs that make it more difficult than a normal aircraft to detect. Surely they didn't put like a fucking jungle design onto it. What use would that be?
They didn't put a fucking Honda Civic on the side of it. Like, if it lands on that, it'll be grand.
Just draw the sun on the side.
Go to like your local class of 8 to 9 year olds who have been playing Where's Wally for the last 6 years.
Yeah.
And then show them a Google map view and just be like, here, where's the plane?
You're going to have to get some heavyweights. The world champion, Where's Wally? Or Where's Waldo?
Do you ever... for the international audiences. Do you think there's any books where they just forgot to print Wally?
I would... love the idea that there's definitely one page in all of those books where he is not there.
He just doesn't exist on the page.
Yeah. And the secret is he's not there. But it's up to us to find that.
Yeah. I bought a Where's Wally book one time, or Where's Waldo or whatever, but I bought it used. And I only looked at the first page and it was grand. And then I looked through the rest of the pages and he was circled on every page.
Was this 3 weeks ago?
It was on the way to record the show, actually.
Yeah. Just a little bit of a book for the journey.
Just to pass the time while I'm waiting.
I love the idea of sitting on a public transport, people are like reading books or whatever, listening to podcasts, and you just pull out a big fuck off Where's Wally book.
That's such a good bit. And like, you're just looking at the same page for ages, and you just scream just fuck at the top of your lungs. And
you just like fist bump, and then you move to the next one and you go back to serious face for like another 40 minutes.
I call you on video call and I'm showing you, being like, where is he?
And everyone keeps making that weird like looking up and like looking at each other, shaking their head like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I don't ask any of them. I specifically video call you. I sync a Bluetooth speaker beforehand so it's really loud and crisp.
Really loud. Does anyone in this carriage, does anyone see Waldo or Wally or whatever his name is? No.
Who has good eyes? Just going around to people. What's your prescription?
We're going to have to move on, Shaun, to our next piece of news. And I have a bit of shithousery that kind of ended quite poorly. High school band director arrested after refusing to end performance, police say.
It's a risky move. People are going to start passing out.
So this is in Birmingham, Alabama. An Alabama high school band director was shocked with a stun gun and arrested after Birmingham police said he wouldn't tell his band to stop playing. Local news outlets report that Minor High School's band director was arrested last Thursday night after a football game between Minor and Jackson Olin High School. A powerful, what a fight.
Famous rivals.
What a campaign, they say.
It's a real Caesar and whoever Caesar's enemy was. Brutus.
He's charged with disorderly conduct, harassment and resisting arrest.
Surely kidnapping as well.
And I suppose Birmingham police officer Truman Fitzgerald. Oh my
Great
God.
Fucking name.
Oh, Truman.
Oh, that man is a sheriff in the fucking 1850s.
Truman Fitzgerald, and you know he's got that cool, like, grey hair. But
grey
it's like
hair,
receding.
the kind of moustache that has, like, no chin but connects to his hair. Oh, my God. Wish I was Truman.
They said police were trying to clear the stadium after the game. and they asked both bands to stop playing so people wouldn't linger in the stadium.
Right, okay, so game's over, you're allowed to leave, but they're staying for the music. What are they playing? Like,
I mean, it's a high school band, so like, I mean, it's
probably shit.
Probably fine. It's probably fine. But like, why would you watch a whole game of football and then like, everyone sit down, the concert is only beginning? That was the pre-show.
Yeah, because American football takes ages as well.
Oh, hours.
Like, it's disgusting. Like, I was blindsided by that, let me tell you.
Police say the Jackson Olin band stopped performing, but that the director disregarded the officers and told his students to keep playing.
What if this is like a really like, oh, they've just gotten confused. This man is actually like deaf. And he's trying to mask it because he's a band conductor. So he didn't hear the order to stop. Eventually,
school security guards were called in and they called in the police. And they went to arrest him for disorderly conduct. But he got into a scuffle with them, apparently. Telling them, I'm allowed to play my music.
You're not playing anything, you're conducting. It's different.
He just loves conducting. And he just wants to put it to the man. The man was trying to stop his music.
What are school security guards as well? Is that an American thing?
Yes.
Right, okay. Because my school security was like, you'd have a lollipop person, maybe.
You were the lollipop person, weren't you?
At a certain point, yeah. But in a different school I had, someone was employed and paid to do the job.
The most someone's going to bring into our schools is probably a potato, or they could throw it at someone.
What's the weirdest thing someone brought into your school? Do you remember? A lad brought in fireworks one time, and then he tried to sell it to a guard, and then he got immediately fucking like, oh, you're fucked.
That's a bold strategy. We go straight to the top, and you're like, look, I've got these, you want them? Because if they say yeah, you got free reign, brother. Well, you can set fireworks all day.
Oh, 100%. But he did it next to the school in his school uniform. And the guard was like a 30-year-old dude in street clothes. What? Like, who's coming up to a 17-year-old in their school uniform outside of a Catholic school other than a guard?
The other one, that's worse.
No, go ahead. What's the
people who linger outside schools?
Of course, ice cream men, Connor.
Parents, yes. Sorry. People in vans, yes.
Any kind of a van.
Any kind of ice cream, not ice cream, just vans in general. You know the rest. Especially Catholic schools.
Oh, look, we've all heard jokes before. You can finish the rest.
You can connect the dots.
You're smart people.
What's the strangest? I don't know.
Penknife? Lads brought penknives.
Probably a penknife or so. And it was always like some fucking lunatic child who was 13.
It was never like me or you. Like,
no, we didn't bring in anything.
Did you have bomb bags back in the day?
I feel like in Ireland that means something else, but I don't know what bomb bags are.
It's it was like this weird like foil bag. You would squeeze it and a chemical reaction would happen inside. And it was like vinegar and baking soda or whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
and then it would just make a really big pop. Those were big for a couple of years. You used to get them around Halloween. If you put them, we used to put them down drains, and it made a really loud bang at that time.
Because of the echo.
Because of the echo, yeah.
And it killed that clown as well. That was good.
Yeah, we were under threat by a clown at the time. I forgot to mention
he was trying to kill all of us at the time, but look, one of us had a bit of a bomb bag.
We were perfectly armed, Mother. Don't worry.
Imagine if that was the end of that movie.
Well, isn't one of those movies they just beat the shit out of the clown? Isn't that it?
They beat him to death. Yeah, that's pretty good ending.
Me and my friends would have killed him with hammers.
I'll tell you that much. So paramedics then had to arrive as the band director refused to place his hands behind his back and continued conducting. One of the officers then eventually had to shock the band director with a stun gun. They took him to a hospital to be checked out, and he was later booked into jail. So Jefferson County School Superintendent Walter Gonsolin said Friday that he's gathering facts and he declined further comment for now. I urge everyone not to jump to conclusions, he said. But what conclusions could we jump to?
Well, this man was clearly holding people hostage with music. He was the Pied Piper of wherever he's from.
I'm telling you, there must have been something deeper that he was told to stop playing at a different time.
What if it
and
was
then he was like...
sorry, I cut across you. That's a rude thing.
I was going to say it was like Speed. The movie Speed, but it was the children had to keep playing, yeah.
Set up a whole joke about Speed just now, Connor.
Yeah, like, here's the way I see it, is that, like, somebody said they have to play 3 notes a second, or else you're going blow up, boy. That's what they're going to say to him.
Yeah. Like, at the crescendo of the song, I'll set off all of these cannons.
So yeah, the song must keep going. Otherwise, I will blow the whole place up.
What's a high school band song that this is? They're hardly doing Mozart at the start of a football game.
I feel like we've all heard the high school band songs, and like, I mean, any American show, there's always a high school band, and they always play very similar tunes.
Yeah, look, we've all seen 10 Things I Hate About You, Connor.
And I've seen Remember the Titans. There's a band in that.
There is a band in that. That's a good movie as well. Goddamn Irish Americans fucking representing. A lot of the time they play Sweet Caroline, Connor.
Fuck off, do they play Sweet Caroline? Go away.
Yeah, the Crazy Train is in there.
I suppose you gotta go dun dun dun. That's big. That's big on that.
I'm Still Standing. The Final Countdown. This is a banger. I'd sit there all evening. I'd
be lighter in there all evening listening to this stuff.
All I Do Is Win. Bracket win.
That's a tough one.
It's a tough. It is a tough one. And then there's a bunch of like Colonel Bogey March, The Thunderer, We Will Rock You. That's a good one.
I mean, obviously, yeah. Do you think in his head he's Freddie Mercury doing the thing at Wembley?
He has like the conductor bat on, and he's like holding it like the Freddie Mercury microphone.
Yeah. Like that. To me, I think you'd take that so seriously, especially with those tunes. He's got a set list to die for, and he's willing to die for it, literally.
He's willing to kill for it, to be honest. Like,
do you think there was like still 5 or 6 people in the crowd that he was just like, if they go home, I'm safe, but they stay there just looking, and the longer they're there, he's like, you're putting me in danger.
Do you think he was like threatened before the show, and it was like, this will be your last performance, and so he's like, okay, easy, I'll just never end the performance.
We're going to take your kneecaps the minute you walk off stage.
Yeah. Like, and the whole time that he's conducting, there's like a red dot trained on his head. No, there's a red dot trained on both of his knees, actually. And so he knows.
And the children's knees.
Oh, the children. Oh, you're bringing the children into it. I was going to
I'm willing to take a few kneecaps of children, just to prove a point.
Add that to the Conor Lawler book of quotes. Cool. Good to know.
Can't run away with no kneecaps is what I say. That's what I was always taught.
He's elaborating on it. That's always helps.
What? That's what I was always taught. Is that not wrong?
No, it's because you voiced the thought, Connor.
We'll see how far you run with no kneecaps. It's very easy to throw them into a van.
I already have 1.5. Come on now.
Shaun, we're going to move on to our next piece of news, and it's in Australia.
Nice.
A man has tried to sue a hospital for $643 million after he was encouraged to watch his wife's C-section.
Oh, right. Encouraged is odd. Because, look, it's the miracle of birth and all the rest of that stuff. Some people aren't good with surgeries.
So this happened a few years ago. And his wife gave birth via C-section.
Yeah,
and this man in Australia, he has accused a hospital in Melbourne of causing him to develop a psychotic illness after he watched his wife undergo the C-section. He he sought $1 billion dues,
Christ.
which is about $643 million. And it went the whole way to the Supreme Court of Victoria in Melbourne last week.
Is he still with his wife? Because how does she feel about the whole thing?
I think mostly you would just tell him to cop the fuck on, I'd say.
Yeah. Like, look, I get, like, look, you can be traumatised by that kind of thing. That's fine. It also wasn't like she also went through a lot as well on the day, I would say. And that's not diminishing anyone. I don't want to be cancelled.
He's one of those, I've had a tough day too.
Yeah. It's like, God, the pregnancy was really hard on us. No.
Yeah, us as a duo. Mostly me.
Yeah.
He said the hospital encouraged or permitted him to watch the operation.
That is fucking doing a lot of legwork there, isn't
or
it?
permitted him to watch the operation. And seeing his wife's organs and blood caused him psychological injury, he said. He basically said that he had to watch the surgeons take out his fucking child out of her.
He didn't have to.
He was pressured. He was encouraged and permitted.
If you are given into peer pressure at the time you're about to become a father, go fuck yourself, honestly.
I don't understand what he's going to go for $1 billion dues for, psychological damage, because they said, do you want to watch it? And he was like, no. And they were like, well, look. You can watch it if you want.
A lot of people do. That could have been the whole conversation. Like,
it's the miracle of childbirth, lad. It's your child. Wouldn't that be cool?
Would you not want to be there? Look, if you don't, you just say no if you don't want to. Or if you're watching it and you're like, this is pretty heavy, turn around, close your eyes, fucking do anything else but look at that.
He said watching this one clip has led him to have a psychotic illness that led to the breakdown of his marriage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh. I probably didn't want to be with him anyway.
Can I be honest? I think if my partner was constantly like, I'm suing the hospital for making me watch the birth of my child, I would also be like, I think we should see other people.
Yeah. You sound like a lot, to be honest.
I gave birth and you are like, I'm suing them because of the stuff they've done to me.
Because it's not like they Clockwork Orange held his eyes open and were like, look at this weird thing that's happening.
Yeah.
No, he had full control of what he wanted to look at on the day.
How does he pitch that to the wife afterwards?
I'd wager the marriage breakdown happened because he was fucking constantly being like,
constantly on about this.
Stop thinking about. Get over yourself, bud.
I can't clean the house. Not today.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about the video again.
Or not helping with the bit. I'd say that
baby's crying and he's just like, oh, the organs. Oh man, and she's like, it was my organs.
And look, I know some Australians, all right. So. If this man voiced this opinion to any of the Australian people that I'm friends with,
yeah,
Jesus, he would be mercifully ribbed.
Would you ever shut the fuck up?
Yeah. Fuck it, the
is
arrogance.
Is your baby healthy?
Is the baby fine? Deadly. Class.
Is she fine?
Yeah.
Fucking fantastic, lad. And you're the only one complaining.
It's a lot to go through. It's a lot of trauma. Maybe you get through it together. And you get through it. And don't drag it out by involving a legal battle against a maternity hospital.
I would assume the marriage broke down because he spent a lot of money on this legal battle.
I guarantee it's all he fucking talked about. Honestly.
Yeah. Apparently his degree of psychiatric impairment, they did a full test on him and it did not satisfy the threshold level for this kind of case, first of all.
End of story.
And then the judge basically completely threw out all of it and said it was completely ridiculous.
You get nothing, which is deserved.
Yes.
I was a C-section baby.
Were you?
Yeah.
Cool.
I was cut out. I was like Macduff from the play Macbeth.
Yeah, the very same.
That's a central, not the spoilers, I guess.
I mean, I know it's a central plot of a fictional fucking character, Sean, but I'm assuming there's probably famous people that are also C-section babies that you could have used rather than Macduff.
Is it not just me and Macduff, isn't it?
They're not the only two people that have had a C-section to come into the world, surely.
C-section celebrities. There's celebrities who've had a C-section. Just Beyonce, fair play to you.
Was Jay-Z in the court?
Yeah. I'd say he must have been, honestly. Celebrities born by... Sorry, this is not... No one cares about this, but I think it's...
No, this is important, because we want to know, are you and Macduff the only two?
Celebrities... Again, celebrities who had. That's all I'm getting here.
Not helpful.
Britney Spears. Pink. Jessica Simpson.
So mostly just pop singers from the 2004 year.
Shakira, yeah.
Pretty good.
Mariah
it's a
Carey.
Strong foursome.
God. This is such a weird complaint, but it's like, no, I just want to find out who was born. I don't want to know who had a C-section.
If you say Natasha Bedingfield, that's the 5.
Is there any more?
2004 was a big year. Nelly Furtado, strong year.
Christina Aguilera.
Oh yeah,
J-Lo.
absolutely.
Like
J-Lo, she was rocking the streets then.
Did I say Gwen Stefani already?
You didn't.
Her as well.
Seems like a weird trend going on here.
It is Angelina Jolie's in there.
This is the top 50 in 2004 or 2005.
Oh yeah, that's a super group, right? Like if you're remaking Live Aid, that's who you get.
That's who you bring in. Sean, we got to move on out from your weird... It's just you and Macduff. They're the only men, apparently.
Look, what can I say?
We're going to finish off with Florida Mother Sean, as Florida Mother abandons toddler son to go swimming and meet sharks, say cops.
Meet sharks?
Meet sharks, yeah.
Kind of a meet, like she was expected.
So Alison Ciara Doughty, 41, was taken into custody when authorities were alerted by a witness who saw her allegedly leave her son in a car while she went swimming in the pier around 10:30am on Monday morning. According to the witness, Alison, who is listed, parked her car, her 2007 Honda Pilot, near the pier and turned up the radio before getting out of the car and jumping into the water.
The fucking idea of being like, nah, he'll want to listen to this.
This is good tunes. 20 minutes later, the passers-by noticed a small boy crawling around the vehicle, which was left running with the air conditioning on in the car.
Okay, better than it could have been, I guess.
A group fishing off the pier also reportedly yelled warnings for her to avoid their hooks as she swam near them, just for her to repeat back she wanted to get hooked and wanted to meet sharks.
Oh, now it's getting worrying.
When deputies arrived, she reportedly swam out even further before she was brought ashore in a rescue boat. By then, she had left her toddler alone in the car for about 44 minutes with the radio and the air conditioning on.
And he was a big Joe Rogan fan by the end of it.
Oh, massive. He's having some thoughts about things these days.
Has a lot of opinions, that toddler.
They wouldn't Google who had a C-section on Joe Rogan, I'll tell you that.
And that's why he's where we are and we're where we are.
Well, first. Footage showed Doherty in a black bikini top and matching briefs as she was arrested. She was booked into the county sheriff's office that afternoon. Her son, who reportedly ate lunch at a nearby eatery before being picked up by a relative. I assume the police were with him when he ate the lunch, not that he went in by himself.
And like, he didn't go in and order a full Irish and just sit down.
No, he didn't go. He didn't go in like leave a tip and like give you another round of coffee there, love. He was a sweet little boy, very well behaved, said staffer Jenny Ray. He ate and watched TV, oblivious to what was going on. Apparently, so her and her son had visited the restaurant at least 3 times in the last week prior to her arrest. So she clearly was planning this.
Was she? Unless, no, maybe she wasn't planning it from the start. She was just like, oh, it's a nice restaurant. She's sitting in, the toddler isn't giving much conversation. He's just eating and eating and eating. And she's looking out at the ocean being like, God, I bet a shark would be better company than this.
This lad's no crack.
And then she's like, and then like a light bulb goes off above her head, and she's like, I got a plan.
Florida woman, they say, the sheriff's office said on Monday she did not seem drunk and she did not seem intoxicated. She just seemed off.
And that can happen.
Yeah.
But also, maybe she's off because she comes from the sea and she doesn't know our land.
Maybe she's half mermaid.
Half mermaid. That's why she wants to go back and meet sharks. She's fine with getting hooked as well. How was this baby born? C-section, I'd wager. Fucking
best joke of the day.
Come on. It's never going to get better than that.
Yes. I think that's the end of Weird News this week.
Let's end it on a high. I don't even want to do the outro. What if I fuck it up? But I'll do it anyway. Thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Weird News Wednesday. We will be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, and next Wednesday with another episode of Weird News Wednesdays. Big thank you to all of our amazing patrons over on Patreon. Patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Everyone over there helps keep the show coming every single week, every single month, and all the rest of it. And you also get a shout out on the show for subscribing over there. So shout outs go to Róisín the Wife Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Komatsu Dozer Enthusiast Evanson, Secretly Ed Sheeran Don't Tell Anyone, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the Wash and It'll Be Grand Jamieson, Dominic, Anna Irish Walrus Forever Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Frost, Ed Ball, Connor and Lorraine are renting a human-sized hamster wheel to see all the ocean ghosts.
Yes.
Excellent. Russ, just working out how to gaslight a load of ants and exploit their natural sense of honour and justice. Parfitt.
Clever.
Jackson Brueheim totally understands if Sean and Connor need to take a break and mourn the death of the El Muerto movie. That will feature heavily on movie monthlies.
Not El Muerto.
Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day and tipsily subscribed to the Patreon. Ciara Lawler, Abs Kebabs, Judge Leahy and Killian Cronin. Thank you all very, very much for your continued support. We really do appreciate it. Head on over to Patreon if you want to support us over there. There is also, though, a merch store. Link below. heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter is @HeroesForHirePod. The 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Devilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
And I think that's about it, Connor.
I think so. So I've been Connor Lawler.
I've been Sean Meehan.
I shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.